Before the discipline, before the achievements, there was this. A kid lost, untrained, undisciplined, searching for something that made sense. Look, to be honest, growing up, I was a skinny kid. I didn't perform well in school, but the only thing I had drive for was sport. I joined many clubs and played many different sports, but I always felt a void and a sense of insecurity within myself. And maybe that came from growing up in a big family, and especially with a brother who was known for handling himself in the street. And I felt this feeling of insecurity. However, my father pushed me to join the boxing club. And one night he says, "You're joining this boxing club." And I didn't want to do it. I'm going to be completely honest with you, I didn't want to join a boxing club because for the first time in my life, I was finally out of my comfort zone. Yes, beforehand I played other sports, but mainly because my friends were doing them. But my father pushed me nonetheless. I still recall that first night in the boxing gym, walking in, smelling the leather, and everyone, even the kids my size, looked intimidating. I was frightened, I was out of my comfort zone, and on my first night sparring, I sparred a current champion who was way better than me, but the same size as me. He outclassed me, I was humbled, but from that one session, I wanted to get back into the club, I wanted to get training harder, I wanted to prove to myself that I can be better. I was offered my first fight in an amateur tournament, and that same feeling of insecurity, doubt, and fear came over me. I wanted to run away again, but thankfully, my father pushed me and gave me the encouragement to take up that first fight, that first tournament. And I went in, and I stopped my opponent in the first round. A feeling of confidence came over me for the first time. I seen that I could do good things with a sport. Since then, I've gone on to win and lose fights. I've been dropped, knocked down. However, I've also went on to help so many fighters, from county to national level, and I've trained fighters in mixed martial arts who have now went on to fight in the pro game, and the best is yet to come from me. Now, I know this is a story about myself, but what I'm trying to talk about here is that the lessons I've learned from boxing have helped me to achieve these things. And you're maybe watching this right now and you're thinking to yourself, I feel insecure about myself, I'm skinny, I'm overweight, I'm unhappy with my life. I believe boxing is one of the best ways that you can attack these flaws in your life, attack these insecurities, develop callous in your mind, develop a strong mindset that you can deal with nearly anything that life is going to throw at you. And my goal with this channel is to help you become the best version of yourself. And looking back as a kid, I never would have imagined that I was going to be that person. I never would have thought that was going to be me. To summarize my whole story, boxing has taught me discipline. It's taught me work ethic. It's taught me to never give up. And when you do get knocked down, and you will get knocked down in life, you'll be put down. You'll lose in business. You'll lose relationships. But boxing has taught me when I get knocked down, I have to stand back up. I have to make a choice whether to lie there and quit or to stand back up. To go out on my high horse and to die as a warrior. And if there's one thing I've learned is this. If you stay consistent, if you're willing to suffer a little for something you believe in, you can achieve anything. I started as a scared, skinny kid, and boxing turned me into someone I can finally be proud of. The sport didn't just change my life, it made my life. And I want the same for you.